Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ace Racing League. Today we are back at the Zandvoort race circuit. My name is Halafi. I know I've been gone for quite a while now, but I'm happy that I'm back. I've been doing some racing and a lot of fuck ton of work. Um, well, here we are again. We are starting the first round of our Ace Racing League World DTM series here at Zandvoort. DTM is short for Deutsche Touringmaster. The Zandvoort track was opened back in 1948. It's 3 years after World War II, actually. It has 14 turns and a length of 4.3 kilometers. Today we have 15 minutes of practice, followed by a 20-minute qualification. Two 13-lap races, with the top 10 revised in the second race. In the second race only, the top 8 drivers will get the championship points, much like you'll see in the Formula 2 championship. Before we go over to practice session, we would like to address that we have our own website now. Are you interested in driving for Ace Racing League? Visit our website through the link in the description and compete in various Assetto Corsa and rFactor 2 base series. Let's get over to practice session now. As you can see here, it's Janus Marais. I've never seen that guy before in my life, nor have I ever seen his name before. As you could tell, I've been gone quite a while now, and he is on his outlap all the way, hard on the power, very hard onto the brakes, into the right-hander called Tarzan Bocht. God, what is it? Into the left-right chicane after the Tarzan Bocht. Bit of a downhill left-hander right there, and then back uphill again. Zandvoort is quite known for its elevations and steep downhill left-handers and right-handers. Ooh, almost did a mistake there, going quite off track just for a little bit. Very hard on the right side there. Spit off blue flames as he goes onto the brakes. He should be seen for bloody Need for Speed hard into the right-hander. He does a little correction when he goes for braking again. There he does it again. Probably something to do with his setup. I want to ask my commander in chief in command if they are running stock setups or are they free to adjust itself. I couldn't hear that, so I'm going to ask again. It's an open setup, as you can see that. This is why we do practice. You can see the drivers trying to adjust all the things they're doing to their cars, trying to adjust the cars as nice as possible. I have no idea how fast those corners are, but usually if you're going through a fast corner, if you're having a track full of fast corners, much like Spa, you would want to have some stiffer suspension on the rear, but do not forget to make that anti-roll bar a little bit softer as well. My setup game is really weak. It's just as weak as my knob right now. So I am not your best man to ask for this. I've just been informed that the server has been restarted for some reason. Probably some technical difficulties in here. We'll just have to wait for it to restart again. The stream is back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I hope you didn't give up on us that easily, much like my last girlfriend. Here we have a coronavirus carrier, Wong Wei Xiong. I am so sorry I did that. I shouldn't have said that. Oh my god. I hope he does have a lot of talent with us, so we can at least see some appreciation in his talent as well, and that we can enjoy the show. I might get fired for that joke. That was quite edgy. Why did I say that? Into the right hand there at, I have no idea what turn that is. I have been gone way too long. Let's just enjoy this ride. Ooh, bit of a tank slapper over there as he goes into the left-hander again. That's where you notice that the backside is quite stiff, which is what you want through the quick corners, but when you go through a slow corner again and tapping on the brakes, the rear end likes to switch ends, as they would say. Very interesting technique into the chicane right there. Ooh, onto the grass. You don't want that on your tires because that could make it very, very unsticky and result into premature tire wear and drifting or sliding. Here we go, onto his opening lap. Here we are into the right-hander of the Tarzan Bock. I hope that car is coming out of the pits, making quite a lock-up, but saving it quite well. Very hard onto the power again off the Tarzan Bock, into the left quick kink, right back into the right kick. And Hogenholzbocht into the left-hander. He goes quite very long, but then easily on the power as they go uphill into Hunsrück. Hard on the power again into the right-hander. This is just full speed through these corners. Into the right-hander again at turn 7. No idea where they are right now. Probably the car behind is trying to have some advantage in the slipstream, but I have no idea because he just left the pits. He's on the grass, which means that his lap time will be affected quite hard. He's given up. It looks like he is slowing down, but appears not to. My eyes are fooling me. Very long, and he's given up. He's gone onto the grass. He's probably going to respawn into the pits any second now. Back along with my old friend Stijn Prins. Very funny story. I was just in my own town having a fag, and suddenly this guy shows up with his girlfriend, looks at me in the eyes and says, "I know you from somewhere." And we hugged it out and had one of the loveliest talks I had in a while. Hard on the brakes and into the left-hander he goes. Very hard onto the power as well. Some red tail lights as he goes into the right-hander. Keeping it right on the edge, which is what Stijn Prins is very known for. And there he goes, onto his opening, onto his practice lap. Here we are, right on the second of the 10-minute mark into Tarzan Box. You want to get your braking as precise as possible in here. Very hard onto the power again as he goes out again into headlock box. You might be confusing me You might be wondering why my pronunciation of these corner names might be so brilliant. That's because I am actually Dutch. Haha, I'm a British person in disguise, or a Dutchman in disguise. Woo-hoo. Very hard into the right-hander he goes as well. Spit of flame from the exhaust pipes as he taps the brakes when he tries to point the car into the right direction. Hard on the power again as he exits there. I do like those effects. Little slide as he tries to exit that corner. Could probably help him. Could probably create some additional time to his lap time. Nicolai Nagelvoort goes ahead into a 132.594. Hard on the brakes as he goes as well into the right-left chicane. Right before the main straight as he goes hard on the power. Listen to this. Right, here we go, into the right-hander. Ooh, on the edge again, Stijn. Is it going to be a quicker lap than before? Jan Marius going ahead in a 1:32.985. Is he going to do it? Stijn Prins, 2 seconds faster than the previous lap in a 1:30.466. I have to be precise, it's actually 1.5 seconds, but who cares? It looks like 2 seconds. Let's go with that. And Stijn Prins, as usual, never disappoints. Is he going to go for a quicker lap again? He's going for 2 quick laps. There is a mouse on my screen. It's probably pointing at something, or it's doing awkward movements, and it's gone now. Very hard into the left-hander as he tries to balance the car as precise as possible. Mika Hakimi doing a 1:30.563. Very close to Stijn's time again. Just only 1/10 of the time behind it. Just under a tenth behind his time. You couldn't have a lap as precise as that in Ace Racing League. Here we are with Mixa Motiverum. God, what are these names? Ooh, little slide as he almost exits that corner into the barriers, but he keeps it together, nice and gentle. But spit of flame as he upshifts there. Just listen to this. Ace Racing League? Oh, thank God. I've just received information that Mixa Motiverum is the Ace Racing League Formula 3 champion. Former Formula 3 champion. But I wanted to know precisely of what league it was, and it was, of course, of Ace Racing League. Now, here we go. Can we see the reigning world champion of Ace Racing League's Formula 3 against Stijn Prins coming along now. Here we see Luca Den Hartog trying his go in the Audi right there. Very hard onto those brakes as he turns into the right-hander. On those brakes, when you see a spit of flame right there into the right-hander, into the left-hander. The car's trying to be very unstable over there, full on the power. Very hard onto those brakes as well. Into the right-hander he goes. Second to last corner. Here he goes. If he's going to at least improve his time again. Oh, it's an opening. Oh, hang on. No, it is his lap. Oh no, it is his opening lap. He is on his lap right now. I have never seen a commentator worse than I am. So if you're trying to be a better commentator, please visit aceracingleague.com. Because I have lost it. Going very wide in that hairpin right there. Probably a new technique to try to get the apex just as right, or probably a mistake. We can only see it when he gets to the end of this lap. Here he is over the hill, spit of flame as he taps the brakes into the right-hander. We only have still 5 minutes left, and he's off. Look at that, Hartog is off. That's the end of his lap. He's probably going to respawn, or is he still going to continue? I think he is, but his lap time won't be valid. That's the one thing. Janus Marius back into the BMW as we are here. Still into the left-hander as he goes, trying to get that as smooth as possible, tapping the brakes in a corner. I think that's trail braking he's doing, but Stijn Prins just improved his time by 1:29.874. Jesus Christ, there's no stopping Stijn, is he? Probably because he got defeated 2 years ago by Vladislav Mitsubienko, who's trying to regain himself with DTM. That's a friend heart. Still, here we are. Janus Marius trying to go into right-hander. Is he going to probably take the crown away from anyone else in this league, or probably that time with Stijn Prins is not going to be that, but is he going to improve his lap time? No, he is still at P5 in practice right now. Still 4 minutes remaining of this practice session. Stijn Prins is in the pits, I see, and what kind of bloody name is that? I'm staying with David Croft would say all the time, or probably wants to say all the time. So Excuse my pronunciation. McManaman. Ammo Macman. I'm going to call him Ammo Macman because I'm too not bothered to get some scoliosis in my mouth because of that. Harrison Miller, here he is again. It's right-hander as he goes. He's currently P9. Just finished his opening lap as he goes very hard onto the power, into the left-right chicane over there. Very hard onto the brakes right now, into the left, and a spit of flame from the exhaust pipes on the side, which I really love, by the way. There is a driver behind her probably going to profit from the slipstream because both those wings do generate a lot of downforce on those cars. Don't be mistaken. Into the into the right hander they go. The driver behind him getting onto the grass as well. Harrison Miller just pushed back to P10 as it seems. Bit of sliding over there. That's not going to improve his lap time, is it? Is he going to give up on it? Or still going to stay in there like Charles Leclerc in Singapore in 2019? Braking at the very last moment into the right-hander as they go. That's a very interesting tactic. Oh, is he hampering his bloody hell, I lost it. Into the right-hander as they go very close to the final lap of the race. Final corner of the lap. Here we go on the on the long straight. Very hard on the power. The guy behind him just went into the pits. Did he just do an opening lap, and was I commentating just his opening lap? I was. Jeff Jacobs back with us again, who was won a race or two in Ace Racing League last year. He's actually quite good at it, if I have to be honest. So let's see what he can do in the Mercedes. There's a driver gone off over there. Probably some yellow flags going to fly right now. Probably his lap time won't be valid. But I just hope that Jeff Jacobs still can put a beautiful lap down, as he almost never disappoints in Ace Racing League. The fastest sector around here is a 44 second. Oh, he's 3/10 of a second off at the moment. Probably not going to improve further in the lap, and he's off onto the grass. I think he's just given up, but he's still going very hard at it. He's very adamant that he wants to get a top spot into those grid positions. 40 seconds left of practice. Here we are. Jeff Jacobs still very close to the final few corners of the lap. Into the right-left chicane. Hard on the power he goes. Into the right-hander again, into the last few corners. Very hard on the power now. And he's gone into the pits, probably for some fresher tyres. Wong Wei Xiong is in P5 at the moment. He is the Formula 3 champion Tier 2 of what? Ace Racing League? He is as well from Ace Racing League. I keep asking these questions because last year we had David Beckman, who was an actual Formula 3 racing driver. And I was very shocked because I've never read the script before I started commentating. And then I read the script and I was very shocked, let's put it that way. And whenever I hear someone who's a Formula 3 champion or something like that, I know it's not the actual Formula 3 champion, but I want to know, is he an actual Formula 3 driver or something like that? So you see that Ace Racing League has grown from a little streaming thing to a actual championship thing. 7/10 of a second slower than the pole at the provisional pole fastest time of practice at the moment. Still, you can't be worse than Mahaver Raghunathan. And he is quit driving. We'll see you back in a minute after we start qualifying. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us. We are here for 20-minute qualifying sessions. Everyone has just left the pits trying to correct their setups as precise as possible. You can see those cars trying to do their absolute best to get the temperatures in the tyres. They want to be the first ones out there to get the fastest laps out there and get the best position for the year. And who's it going to be on pole position? Could it be still Stan Prince? The runner-up of the Ace Racing League Formula 3 Championship, first ever Ace Racing League Championship, or could it be someone else? Probably could it be Mika Hakimi or the others of the Tier 2 Formula 3 Championship. Very impressive on that run by the chicane. Just listen to this. Now here we go. All the out laps. Mika Hakimi going very hard onto the power as well. Very hard onto the brakes right now. Spit off flame as he goes into Tarzan corner. Right-hander. Very hard onto the power again when the drivers behind him try to profit as much from the toe. He will get into the left and right-hander. Very hard on the edges again. Very hard onto the brakes. Again, we see a very interesting tactic of entering that hairpin. Here it comes quite quickly towards us, very hard onto the brakes, into the fast right-hander. The fastest lap at the moment is a 1:32.898. I have no idea how that is even posted or what that time means, but we'll just have to go with it. Very hard onto the power as well right now, as the drivers behind him trying to do their absolute best to stay as close as possible to him. Very hard onto the brakes, into the spits of flames, as you can see here, into the right-left chicane. Hard on the power. Now, last few corners left before he goes onto the main straight. My computer is quite laggy, but I hope it still copes with me until we get to the start-finish straight. Hard on the power. Is it going to be a quick lap? Is it going to give any trouble to Stan Prince? A 1:29.712. That is quick. I have to be honest with you. That is a quick lap. And I see another driver behind him right there doing the driver behind him doing a 1:29.880. Mortife does that. Right behind him is Jeff Jacobs doing a 1:30.382. Nipuro doing a 1:32.179. Marius doing a 1:31.335. Mortife doing a 1:29, as I just said. Amo McMana doing a 1:30.352, getting into the mix of the top runners right there. Nikolai Navafort all the way down in 1:32.728. Here with a lap of Jeff Jacobs trying to do his absolute best to try and get into that mix again. Hard on the power. Is he going to profit from that toe of the car in front of him? We are arriving at the last few corners right there. Into the right-hander he goes. Into the left-hander again. As he goes into the right-hander, I have no idea how they do it again and again. Jeff Jacobs improves his lap time to a 1:30.303. He's going to do a lap again, but here we go with Nipuro doing a 1:31.79. I think I saw 1:29.880 for Maxima Mixa Mortiferu. He does not improve his lap time of the previous time he went out. Ooh, car going off onto the grass right there. Mixer Mortiferum doing his absolute best to avoid that car and not to lap time. Mika Hakimi has just done a 129.666. Stein Prince, you really have to step up your game, or he's probably just downbagging at the moment. Mixer Mortiferum trying to get to the last few moments of this lap as well. Into the right hander he goes, very hard onto the power again. I've no idea if he's lifting through there. Let's listen. Again onto the main straight. Is he going to go for a quick lap? And here we are over the start finish straight into the Tarzan corner, as you can hear in downshift. And Mixo Mortiferum takes provisional pole position at the moment with a 129.370. He's into the pits right now, but Jesus Christ, this is going to be a lot of trouble for Stein Prince. He's right on the edge again in the Mercedes, trying to do his absolute best when he goes for the quick lap. And he is off. Here we go into the quick lap. Oh, I thought he was doing an opening lap, but no, it does improve to P3. Probably some fine tuning, getting less fuel into the tank again, removing some fuel into the tank. That is in the tank. I have a running nose, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I am back. Sorry, I just have a really runny nose. I promise I do not have the coronavirus. If that were true, you can shoot me. Hard on the brakes, as you can see, the spit of flames into the right hander, into the left hander again. Glowing brake disc. That's what we like to see from Stein Prince. A man of no fear and talent. And the lot. Into the last corner, says he go. Almost loses it as he enters the last section of the track. Hard on the power he goes as he tries to open up, and he's going into the pits. Probably some final tuning of his car. At the moment, we have Mortiferum in a 129.370. Mika Hakimi doing a 129.666. Stein Prince a 129.751. Amo Macman doing a 129.951. And top 5 makes Jeff Jacobs complete in a 130.303. And as usual, you'd think a driver is trying to get ready for the opening lap, but he is not. He's just going inside. Nicolai Narvoort, here we are again with Nicolai Narvoort as he comes from the main straight into the right-hander again, hard under those brakes. Into the right-hander he goes. You can see him trying to fight that car as well as possible. Very hard onto the power again in this quick left-right section. Into the hairpin he goes, trying to do his absolute best to not lose the car. All the way on the edge he is. He's just saying to those tyres, if you do not die, I will make you die. Hard on the barrier again, into the right-hander. Very quick section going downhill right there. It could be resemblance to the Spa-Francorchamps downhill section after No Name Corner. Into the right-hander again. Back into the left hand. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sounding very stupid right now. I think I'm getting a fever. Thank God I do have the coronavirus. Hard on the right hander as he goes. Quick on the power. And brake, as you can see him going into the right hander again, trying to do his absolute best to not create a fuss about it, try not to get onto the grass, try not to lose any time onto the main straight. Is he going to do it? Is he going to go for at least a position up? He goes to P7, ladies and gentlemen, and as 1.5 seconds away from pole. Here we are with Luca Den Hartog. In the Audi, as it seems. We haven't seen a full lap of him yet, but we're trying to get the most attention from God, I'm losing it. Oh, I'm very sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very distracted by some running temperatures at the moment. Promise you I do not have the coronavirus. Prince back into the Mercedes on finishing his opening lap onto his qualifying lap right now. Probably trying to go back into that provisional pole position and take away the crown from Mortiferum as he locks up quite a little bit as he goes into Tarzan corner. Hard on the power again as it goes uphill right back into the right hander. Little bit of traction loss right there, but he does do his best to keep the car under control. He does like a twitchy car. He likes a car that can fight back. That's what we know from Stijn Prince. He doesn't like to have things easy. He wants a challenge in there. Into the right hander as he goes again onto those brakes. You can see a little bit of flame right there. As you can see, the car trying to step out of his control, but he still keeps it together as usual. Hard on the power. He is 1/3 of a second behind a provisional pole, probably because his first or second sector is slower than usual. Because you know that Stijn Prince always delivers when it really needs to be delivered. Hard on the brakes again into the right hander. Oh, he's almost onto the gravel right there. Onto the main straight at a whopping speed. He's just done an opening lap and I'm trying to commentate on it. Back on his qualifying lap again. Into the right hand. Going to Tarzan corner. On board with Stijn Prince right now. Of how difficult that hairpin is. He's right on the raggedy edge of that car, and very quick section right into the left hander, back into the right hander again. Hard on the brakes right now as he goes corner as quickly as possible. Is he going to improve on the first sector? Only just misses out on it, but you do know that Stijn always delivers when he really needs some delivery. Probably not like the DHL posts I've tried to get my mail from. Hard on the power again. You can see the car trying to use it. Stijn is just such a master of control, and he always keeps it together when he really needs some tough power under control. Hard on the power again into the right hand going now. Last section of the track is already dealt with. Oh, he's on the gravel. Probably going to ruin his lap right now. Is he going to go for any improvement on his lap time? He's going into the pits. He's gone into the pits, ladies and gentlemen, probably because he thinks his setup is not as precise as it could be. On board with Nikito does a 1:30.071. and they make contact. A car that was going back into the going slowly onto the track has contact with Jeff Jacobs. This is a horrendous moment for the qualifying session because he has to do all that hard work again. He still has to go for the out lap. He still has to go for the qualifying lap and try to get to the cool down lap. And he wants to get as high as possible onto the grid. Excuse me for 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back. Thank you for being patient. I am back with you again. Janice Murray is still doing a 1:30.770. He is 1.5 seconds behind his lap time. We still have 2.5 minutes to go of qualifying. Who's it going to be on top? I think it's going to be Mika Hakimi trying to do his absolute best to get back onto that pole position again. Or is it going to be Stijn Prince, the reigning champion of last year's Ace Racing League Formula 3 Championship? Call an ambulance, please. 1 minute and 40 seconds left of qualifying. Luca Den Hartog doing his last shot of qualifying right now into the right hander as he goes. There's still Lucas Andrews in the pits still there. Stijn Prince into P2. He improves his lap time and trying to get closer to that pole position, but it's still Mortiferum in provisional pole. There we are. If we could get some onboard footage from Stijn Prince, that'd be lovely. Here we are on board with Stijn Prince, going as quickly as possible into the right and left section right there. Hard on the brakes again, into the right hander, which is, I've never seen something go as fast through there as Stijn Prince. There's a car off in the foreground. Stijn Prince does an absolute monster of a save to not get his lap time affected by it. Still going very strong. I've no idea who that was. Could be probably Nicolai Nagelvoort or Luca Den Hartog, because I remember one of those two guys had an orange car. Hard on the power before he gets to the second to last section right here. Into the right hander, into the left hander as he goes, trying to get the power as smooth as possible in there. Very hard on the power right now. Hard on the brakes. Into the right hander. Going as quickly as possible as he can. His life depends on it. He really wants to have that pole position. Is he not probably going to do it? Is that car going to affect his time? No, he does not. He does it 1:30.204. Stijn Prince is at the end of qualifying, and he does his qualifying lap right now. Jesus H. Christ, why do I always commentate on the wrong laps? Hard on the power again into the left-hander right there. Over the hill he goes again. That car's still over there, probably some yellow flags waving. Just to be cautioned about the situation itself. His first sector coming up as the 40.23. Is he going to improve on that? No, 2/10 of a second below that time, but he's probably going to improve on it any second now. Hard on the power again, into the left-hander. Here we go, listen to this. Oh, you just have to love that sound. There's another car on the side of the road, still there. Hard on power again, into the left-hander as he comes, spit of flame from his exhaust, into the right-hander, into the left-hander. Narrowing to the last few corners of the racetrack, into the right-hander. Do not go onto the gravel. He's not. He's hard on the power. He's really going for it. He's probably thinking his life depends on it. It's going to be probably a multi-female on pole position. Is it going to be Stan Prince? No! He is in P2. We'll be back shortly, ladies and gentlemen, with the first race. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the first race of the DTM Championship. 35 seconds left until lights out. Drivers are really preparing for the final moments of the race, trying to get their mentalities as perfect as possible. Up front, we have a newcomer, a guy who has everything to lose and everything to prove as well. I have no idea if that makes sense. It's what's it fitting? 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights. And it's go, go, go. 13 laps of the first DTM Championship. They're getting very close. Multiferin getting very close. Stan Prince and the Mercedes right behind it. He's going for it. Is he going to go through the right-hander? There he goes. Is he going to go through the inside? But he keeps it outside. Stan Prince is leading the race, but he's defending from the guy right behind him. That is Multiferin. We are following right now in the BMW. It's Mika Hakimi, Stan Prince. Oh my word, that's why the beauty of racing is so elegant. You never know what's going to happen after this. Stan Prince right there and leading the race. Who would have thought a guy that was struggling to get the provisional pole position still manages to get up front into the race right in the first lap. Nick Hakimi right behind him. Jonas Murray is very close battle with Lucas and Hartwick right behind him. Trying to get as close as possible into the right hand. Is he going to go through the inside? No, he's not, but he's right behind his tail lights. Hard on a power he goes, probably gets the better exit of the car. That's Jonas Murray is right there, coming quite wide. Is he going to go for it? Nikolai Nalhoff right behind him into the slipstream of the car of Dan Hartog right in front of him. We have a tight battle right there with Jeff Jacobs and Multiferin as he tries to struggle to get back the position he just lost. As they go onto the long straight, into the final section of the racetrack, into the right-hander as they go all. There's still a half a second deficit between Nick Hakimi and Steinfeld. He's right in the slipstream. He's probably going to go for it through the next few sections. But Stein goes a little bit wide. Is it going to be a problem for him? No, it's not. It's Stein, as we always know, holds it together. Nick Hakimi right now onto the tail lights of Stein Prince. This is going to be one of the greatest battles we've had on the series. We still have some information coming in from the race director. Is there probably going to be any safety cars? What do you think? Given the circumstances of this race, we always can never expect anything else. You never know. Let's see. I'm just really losing it at the moment. God, excuse me. I'm not on my top form. Still very hard onto the power. They both go. Just listen to the ending. There's a car going on. Jacobs, he's just gone onto the grass. No, it's Alma Macman right behind Jeff Jacobs, as I just was right. A little bit of twitching from my camera view. And that's because the cars have just turned into literal pixels. My internet connection isn't the best in the world. It's getting a bit smoother now. Janis Murray is getting a little bit there. Very hot onto the power. He's very close into the slipstream. Nikito trying to do some evading, trying to keep him inside. Is he going to go through the inside? Oh my lord, they make contact! And that is Nupido off the track. That's Amo Macman ahead of excuse me, is that Jan Marius? That is Jan Marius. Harrison Miller is trying to do a tough battle, and here we have Luca Denharto trying to go 3 wide into the left-hander. Oh my lord, this is tight. Here we have some onboard footage. Oh my god, do not make contact. That will throw you off in the here. I've never seen some close racing before here. Into the right hand. Who's it going to be on top? Down the inside goes Luca Denharto. What a move from the Dutchman. Very hard into the right hander as he goes and leaves Nicolai Narvo. Lock up of Nupido ahead, and he's going sideways onto the curb. Is that Luca Denharto? Nicolai Narvo trying to go for an overtake again through the outside. No, it's not. It's still Luca Denharto keeping it together, but he's right on his tail lights. He's right in his gearbox, right behind him, going to the left-hander. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Luca Denharto on the inside, or he's ahead? He's done it. Nicolai, bloody hell! Oh my God! That's Luca Denharto. He's just gone off. He has gone off and lost all that beautiful position he just had, and beautiful battle due to a mistake or contact. I couldn't see it. He's just gone off and into the barriers he went face first. Nicolai Narvo gets ahead. Wong Cheshong going through the inside probably of Harrison Miller. No, he stays ahead. We still have a lot of discussion to do on that incident. We can have some footage analysed by one of our team crews and get back to us shortly. Probably someone is going to get a penalty because of that, or probably some racing incident, or it was just driver error. We won't know until further notice. It'll probably be discussed after the race. Very close contact over there, but Wong Wei Xiong and Harrison Miller, very close indeed, but somebody's going through the inside. It's Luca Denharto trying to get back into the mixture. He's just gone to P10 and he has Harrison Miller in front, and Harrison Miller's gone off due to the driver error. Huge understeer from Harrison Miller, and he's just gone into the barriers, and the driver again over there, there's Lackman Andrews into the barriers as well, face first, due to understeer, probably due to the fact that the track over there tries to curve away from you and you have some trouble trying to keep the track. Here we have Steinprinz doing the fastest lap, and he's right behind one of the back markers right there. No, that's not Steinprinz, excuse me, the Stein drives a Mercedes, but that's Montefiore trying to get around of Mika Hakimi. Please do not touch each other's butts, because that will send you spinning into the barriers. But Steinprinz just put down the fastest lap of the race, and that is very beautiful if you do that while leading the race. Still, we have a lot of battling on our hands. Sadly, this race is only 13 laps long. Into the right-hander as they go. They do their absolute best. You can see Hakimi trying to do his absolute best to keep the driver behind him under pressure, and that Montefiore trying to do his absolute best to keep the driver ahead, pushing him into mistakes. A very defensive maneuver, so Montefiore can't go down the inside. And he is in the slipstream, probably going to go for a Daniel Ricciardo dive from down the inside. Is it going to be on the outside? Little twitching from Montefiore. Mika Hakimi keeping it very well under control, hard on the power. They go into the last few corners of the racetrack, into the right-hander. Don't go on the gravel because that will just only create problems for you, ladies and gentlemen. Very hard on the power as they go onto the long straight. Probably going to see some dive bomb action right now. He's right on his tail lights. He's right in the slipstream. Is it going to be a dive bomb through the inside? Is it probably going to switch route down the inside? Ooh, was touch, but they keep it together. And a little driving mistake from Mika Hakimi. Is it going to go double wide through the hairpin? No, he keeps him behind him. What a beautiful move. But do not forget that right behind them, you have Jeff Jacobs is going to probably go for the outside, probably through the fast sections into the slipstream as well. Is he going to keep it together and go for it? In the right-hander as they go, but he's so many meters ahead, probably one of them has the better setup for the faster corners, and one of them has the better setup for the slower corners. There is someone right behind him, and I see some switcheroos between Jeff Jacobs and Ammo Mackman. Stein Prince has just gone off? Has Stein Prince just gone off? Stein Prince has just gone off, ladies and gentlemen. Why did we not see that? Well, I did not see that, and I definitely have the coronavirus with me right now. We're only lap 6, and Stein Prince has lost it and gone into P5. What is happening? And that means that Mika Hakimi is in P1 and Montefiore is in P2. Jeff Jacobs in P3. What a podium! But it's still not over yet. It's here comes Mika Montefiore trying to go through. It's outside of Tarzan corner. They're too wide in there, but you can see that Hakimi has the better setup and the better car control through the long hairpin. Hitting out into the right-hander. Ooh, it's very close. Right on the raggedy edge into his taillights as they almost touch in there. And there you see the Bentley of Jeff Jacobs right behind him. I don't know if that's a Bentley. Is that a Bentley? No, that's a Mercedes. That's a Mercedes, excuse me. Trying to get into the party as well. Spit off flames from both 3 cars in there. And right behind them, you can see Ammo Mackman trying to join in on the fun as well. Sadly, Stein Prince there, you can see him all the way into the background, 3.5 seconds behind Ammo Mackman. But knowing Stein, he can do an awful good job on regaining time. Here they come on the outside. Oh, it's a very close battle between the top 3, and the top 4 is only coming closer and closer and closer. Due to the lag I am experiencing right now, I was going in a sort of drifting position, and I only can see some terrible pixels. But thanks to the race director, I've seen some restart up on my screen, and he's going for it again. Is it going to be Montefiore on the outside? No, still not again. But he still is right behind him, and he's always doing it again and again, and he's going for it all the time again. And don't be rushed, because you still have 5 laps of this race left. It's going to be all or nothing right on the end, all right now. And right behind him is Jeff Jacobs, if we can have some onboard footage from that as well. Do not forget that this is a 3-way battle right here. On board with Jeff Jacobs, as you can see, the cars ahead battling for the lead of the race. And I'm just experiencing full Monza 2019 right now. This is some beautiful defending from Mika Hakimi and a possible comeback from Stein Prince, but I doubt he's probably going to do something in the next 5 laps. Back on board with Montefiore. Is he going to go through the outside? Is he going to go through the chicane as well? No, but he's still very close to him. Oh, he gets on the gravel, probably uses time on that. And valuable space as well. Very hard onto the curbs as well. Very hard. And he's losing an awful lot of time. Back on board with Jeff Jacobs, please. As he is right on the tail of Montefiore. Is he going to go for the dive up on the outside? Is he going to teach Montefiore had to do it a proper way. Is he going to go for it? Prince puts down the fastest lap as well, but he's twitching. My screen is just frozen, but he's still right behind it, Montefiore. You can see the tail lights glowing into your face, but he's still managing to keep ahead. If he's saying, if I can't do it, no one else can do it. Alan Mackman right now seems like he's having a puncture and going sideways all the time. I've never seen such computer lag in my life before. Is it just me, is it? Or is it anyone else? Oh, he's lagging very, very terribly. It's like driving with like 4 tires punctured, which I had today actually on the motorway. It was a very cool experience, and I was screaming mode puncture out of the top of my lungs while my dad was looking at me in disappointment. Back onto the racing again as they come over the hill, and Mika doing his absolute best to keep the entire pack, that's 3 cars mind you, behind him. Probably Stan Prince has gone into the pits because he's 8 seconds off the leaders. Into the last 4 laps of the race we go, right behind this section, on board with Montefiore. This has to be it. We still have 3 laps to go, 3 top 10 laps. This is going to be one of the exciting moments of the race. Is he going to go? No, still right behind him. He's going to go for it. Onto the next few corners. You have to see him deliver now. You have to see some motivation from him inside there. And a lot of time has been gained into the long hairpin. Very hard onto the power again as they go into the left section and right section again. Tap off brakes as they go quickly in here. I would not want to see their faces driving these cars right now, because you can just feel there is absolute pure focus at this moment. Very hard onto the left hand, and you can see that Montefiore is really closing up on time right now. He's really close to it. Probably going to go for a move down the inside or outside. Is he going to get a switcheroo? Who's going to get on top better? Montefiore is still very close onto him. Into the right-hander we go, into the last few sections of this track. They're both so far on the edge. He's very close to him. This is probably going to be the move of the century. This is going to be the move of DTM. He's really close onto his slipstream. He really wants to defend the inside. He's going to go for the outside again. He's going to outbrake him. Is he going to do it? Both of them are side by side through the exit corner and exit of the corner, and he is still ahead. How does he do that, ladies and gentlemen? How the bloody Nora does he do that? I've never seen someone defend like that. And probably judge too early. He's going to go through the outside again. Is he going to probably make it this side by side into the right hander to go? And he backs off. Why did you back off, man? You had the chance of taking the race win. Come on, get back onto that power and believe in yourself. Probably going to dive one down the inside. He goes for it and almost makes contact with Mickey Hakimi. Very close indeed. But he's still very close to the Audi in front. This is the battle between Mercedes, Audi, and BMW, excuse me. He's in his slipstream, probably going to go for the outside. He does not make it, but who has the better chicane? We've seen that Jeff Jacobs is as well right behind them, trying to get into the mixture as well. Into the right-hander as they tap at the brakes, and he's going, almost taps the bumper of Montefiore. Jacobs really almost ended the race of Jacobs. And if we can see some onboard footage of Montefiore, is he probably going to do it? No, he's way far off. But an awful lot of time is gained back into the corners, and you can see the Constantina effect again as Hakimi pulls away. But no, here they are still very close to each other, very hard on some power as well. These guys are living on the edge right now. You can feel their blood is boiling. You can see the sweat on their faces.
just by watching this, I've never seen close racing like this before. They both very hard on the power as well, as they lift and brake for the right-hander. A little bit of dancing between them, trying to go for the outside, probably the inside. Which direction is better? He's closing up on him. He's only 3/10 behind him. Is he going to go for it? No. But he's right behind his bumper, which is where he wants to be, when he wants to go for that slipstream again into the right-hander. Probably because the Audi has more power than the BMW, but the BMW has more nimbleness to its chassis. Very hard on the power again. Very close to the slipstream again. Probably going to be the move of the year. He's defending the inside. Is he going to go for it? Is he going to stick it? Is he bluffing? He's going to go for the outside. They're still side by side. This is the final lap of the race. This is going to be it. He's going to go for the inside, but he defends again. Mickey staying on the rugby edge. This is unbelievable. Right into the right-hander, left into the hairpin. Constantine are very close to each other, and as they go full power down the head again, and we can see some outside footage as well of them two. Very close indeed. You can see Jeff Jacobs trying to do his absolute best to stay with the pack. Is he going to go through the inside? No, as they literally spit flames as they brake for the long right-hander downhill. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Into the right-hander as they go again. You see the brake lights of Montefiore lighting up, and Jeff Jacobs trying to say, hang on, I want some going on this as well. If you're going to fuck up, I'll probably want to go for it again. But here we have it. He's very close onto this bumper. 3 cars on the edge. Audi, BMW, Mercedes. And here we can see some onboard footage from Jeff Jacobs as we go up. We can see some outside footage of Mika Hakkinen. He is on board with Mika Hakkinen, but we are still going for it. This is the final corner of the racetrack. He has done everything in his power to keep Montefiore behind him. Mika Hakkinen wins the DTM Zandvoort Grand Prix. Montefiore threw everything at it. Comes home second place. Jeff Jacobs from a beautiful rise in P3. Amo Mackman P4. Sadly, a huge thump for Stan Prince puts him back in P5. Nupido in P6. Nikolai Nachford comes home after a beautiful midfield battle in P7. Janus Marius P8. Luca Del Hartog after a good scrap with Nikolai Nachford in P9. And Wong Wei Xiong in P10. Here you can see that Mika Hakkinen can finally rest. He is livid. I can feel it. I can't wait to interview him. This has been an absolute pleasure to commentate for you. I excuse myself so much for everyone. No, I was losing it. I'm probably having a fever or something like that. Probably some guys losing some fuel at the moment. Or just guys throwing the steering wheels and saying, this was difficult. The reverse grid race will be there in a minute. I don't think I can do another one. This was amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ace Racing League. After a huge battle at the first race, we are back for a second race. I'd like to clarify for the editors and race control as well that my mic could be a bit louder for the stream so people can hear me more clearly. I've just received some information that the mic isn't loud enough. Ooh, you look at that! Bobby Schmurda is watching. And Vladislav Mushilyanko, the world champion of Ace Racing League. Did we just start off racing again? Oh my god, did I just miss the start? Jesus Christ. And there's contact again. Stein Prince, he is... Oh my god, I've missed it. I am such an idiot. Stein Prince is back into P4. We see some cars moving onto the grass as well. There's a car going sideways. Who is that? Is that Harrison Miller or someone else? Janus Marius in P3. Trying to go for it again. Here we have another lead race for the lead win. Wei Scholl into the lead right now. Lincoln Hartog in the lead as well. Probably some sandbagging going on. Someone trying to be the last person to be the first in this race, because as I just said, the race result of the previous race will be reversed into this race for the pole position starters. But you have to admit, the race winners of previous race have done it. The top 3 or 4 or 5 of previous race have done an absolute huge job in regaining their positions up on the order. Look at Den Hartog going back onto the right-hander when he is trying to fight his car to stay straight as possible. When Wei Scholl is trying to do his absolute best to stay away from Luca Den Hartog. A car is still standing on the racetrack, probably Nikolai Nakabov at the moment. Luca Den Hartog is trying to Constantina up closer to Wei Scholl as he powers down onto the first section of the track. It is Stein Prince who is off. Stein Prince is off and he is standing still. What has happened to Stein Prince? And Mika Hakimi has gone off as well. Mika Hakimi is off. The race winner from last race is standing still. Huge problems to his car. The session is getting restarted. We had to red flag this session, and we have to restart the session. This was an absolute horror of a session. Thank God I get another chance of commentating a proper Grand. "35 seconds remaining." Three lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights. Almost did it again. You can see the car spinning flames. A full start. But what that means is that the second driver on the grid is having a better start on it. If we could see some names popping up right now. There we go. Mortiferum is first. I thought the grid would be reversed. Oh my lord, what is happening? But that means that Mortiferum is leading the pack and Jeff Jacobs is in second place and Emma Mackman in third place. Janis Marius in P4, Mika Hakimi in P5. So probably redemption time for Mochiferum to keep his first race win of the season. If we can see if we can hear some information, there's a car going off right there. I think I saw a car go off there. If I can have some information from race control why the grid isn't restarted or flipped around, we are going to restart the grid order again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last restart we'll have for today. Is that Mika Hakimi up front? That is Mika Hakimi up front, isn't it? Race control, is that Mika Hakimi up front? And we cannot restart the session, so that means we'll just have to do it all over again. 6 lights off right now, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights. And it's go, go, go! Mika Hakimi caught napping as the rest of the pack is leading off of the grid. Here we have bloody hell, Mochiferum leading again, and Jeff Jacobs right behind him, but this time it's way closer than before. Mixer Mochiferum leading the pack. Jeff Jacobs right behind him. He has overtaken Mika Hakimi, Ammo Macman P4, and Nukiro in P5. Wei Xiao in P6, and Janis Marius P7. Spit of flames as the cars go through the right hander, but Jeff Jacobs is giving up on this position. He really wants to have this position on himself and tries to do his absolute best to keep trying to regain what he lost or tried to fight for in the previous race. Car number 5. P5 to Wei. The Wei Zhao has just lost an awful lot of time, probably doing a mistake, because he's already 3 seconds behind Amma Macman. And Amma Macman is 2 seconds behind Mika Hakimi, which we are on board right now with. But up front, Jeff Jacobs, who is only 0.8 of a second behind the race. And here you can see the pack just scrambling up and getting closer and closer to each other as they go into the right-hander, and there is a huge overtake done right there as they go side by side. Who are those guys? That's Nupira and Wei Xiao. They swap positions, and it's an awful lot of battling going on right now as Nupira tries to stand to Wei Xiao. I am so sorry that I mispronounced your name that much. But you can see Nupira is just leading away. But when it comes to the fast corners, Wei Xiao is closing up on him. Very hard onto the power again, into the right-hander as they go. Power ahead, and we can see some battling with Luca Den Hartog and Harrison Miller. We just have at the moment interval times and not actual time differences between individual races themselves. Mixer Mochiferum does the fastest lap of the race. Right behind him does Jeff Jacobs, the fastest lap, and everyone does their personal best lap.
A bit of a lockup from Piro right now. You can see some other footage from other races at the moment. Probably at the front where Jeff Jacobs is only 0.8 of a second behind the race leader, where he tries to do his absolute best. Here we can see probably an overtake happening. No. Wei Xiong keeps ahead of Janus Marius. Beautiful racing happening at the moment. And a car has just gone off and he's been overtaken by Janus Marius. Wei Xiong has been, and he's gone off the track into the grass, and he's been overtaken by Janus Marius. And we just saw a car spinning right there, probably Harrison Miller, probably having a too hard setup. And it's Harrison Miller. He's just gone off. He's gone off the track, and he has to do all that all over again, as he's now been overtaken by Andrews in the, what's that? Is that Mercedes? Probably Mercedes. But Nixon Multiferum already 1.7 seconds ahead of P2 Jeff Jacobs. Probably his inner instinct saying, I'm not going to do this exact same mistake again. I'm going to pull away from this. As they bunch up at the braking points, he's trying to do his absolute best to still keep ahead and just pull away from the rest. I'm trying to do my absolute best to see which drivers are close as possible to each other. Hammer Mackman probably has the worst lag of his life right now. How the bloody Nora do you keep a car under control when it's lagging that much? The deficit gap between all the drivers is around a second at the moment. That's only for the top 4. When you go to top 5, it's jumps up to like 3 seconds and back down to 1 second. I think we should have mandatory pit stops for these drivers. Multiferum does a 129.380. Screen so pixely up. Bit of a lockup of Jeff Jacobs ahead when pull away from Mika Hikini, but if Mika is not done yet, he wants to have a second win on this. Into the right handle they both go, doing their best to keep away from each other as far as possible. Jacobs trying to do his absolute best to keep away as far as possible from Mika, but Mika saying, nah, you didn't. Here we have the Mixer Multiferum, the BMW driver from last race, doing his best to stay away from the packers at all costs, just waving everybody goodbye into the distance. Amber Mackman, you can keep a car under control when it's having a puncture, or keep a car under control when it's raining. But keeping a car under control when it's lagging is beyond my belief. Just a quick info, and here he's going for the overtake. Is it going to be again on the top 2? Is he going to go for the overtake of Jeff Jacobs? No. Probably having a battle on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. Into the right hander as they go back into the hairpin, as they bunch up together and concertina together. Very hard onto the power again into the left hander as they go. Quick jab of brakes as they go quickly into the right hander. Who's he going to be on top? Is he going to do an absolute stellar job of staying strong ahead? or is Mika Hakkinen gonna push him into a mistake? As they try to stay as close as possible to each other. Into the left hand, a little bit of sliding from Jeff Jacobs right there. Power on the max, pedal to the metal, both of them. Bit of flame from Jeff Jacobs, and I presume, well, as they both use different lines to probably experiment at which point of the track has better traction. Victor Mortiferro improves his fastest lap with a 1:29.732. How the bloody Nora does that guy do it? I think he's raging. There's someone in the pits. It's Leon Andrews into the pits. Leon Andrews in the pits. Bit of a lockup from Jeff Jacobs, but it's not too problematic. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's sadly that it's not problematic, because I really wanted to have a tough battle on our hands again. Because I am ready to lose my voice over it all again. Only half a second between Mika Hakkinen and Jeff Jacobs, as he does a little bit of stopping around, and he manages to stay side by side with Mika Hakkinen, but it is done. Mika Hakkinen has gone ahead. He did a little bit of mistaking around and tank slap on, but Mika Hakkinen is ahead, and there still is a battle on our hands for getting the position back. But I thought Jeff Jacobs was going to be triumphant and get ahead in this situation, but no. Hard on the power he goes, and is this going to mean that we're going to see some farewell movement, or is he going to get close to him again? He's in his slipstream. Is he going to go for a dive bomb like Daniel Ricciardo? He's going to against. It's unusual from us. He tried to go from the inside, but no. Into the right hander they both go. And it's going to be a dive bomb, but is it going to be problematic for him? Yes, it is. It hasn't aided him at all. Almost loses the back end over there. I don't want to see the color of his trousers, but I can guarantee it's brown now. Both going into the right hander at full speed. Mika, you've been given a once in a lifetime opportunity. You better make it worth it. Stay ahead in this. And Jacobs, you have a lot to correct on yourself, so you better correct this and get that position back. Now that's some motivation for both of them. And get that pedal to the metal and just go on with it and show us what you can do, both of you. Here we can see that they're concentrating up again, but Mika trying to stay the better line ahead. He's getting some defensive movements in there, but Jacobs is right behind it, probably going to profit from the slipstream at the moment. We don't have DRS like Formula 1, but we do have the slipstream like any other motorsport. He's right behind him. Is he going to defend the inside, which he's been doing with Mortiferro? Is he going to go to the outside? My screen is frozen, but he still manages to stay in front. But it's not going to be for long though, because they're side by side. And he's probably going for the earlier braking. No, he's still ahead. What a defensive from Mika Hakkinen. We do have a last few lap battle on our hands. Still 4 laps to go on this Grand Prix, and we haven't seen this much action-packed maneuverability in the last year. Probably because the year has only just started with 31 days. Hard on the power again as they go into the left-hander here. No movement from both drivers to do something stupid, but a lot of defensive movement from Mika and a lot of attacking movement from Jacobs. Going on the outside here. trying some different maneuverabilities. They're very close to each other. It's go. No, I don't. He's on the grass. He's losing time. What are you doing, man? Into the right hand they go. Here he is again, into the slipstream of Mika Hakimi. He has to do it all. Just did the Kirac. Even though he's ahead, he still has a lot to prove to himself. Ammo Mackman on board right now. As you can see, both of them driving their absolute balls off. If we can see some outside footage from both drivers, that would be lovely as well. And no constant on-board footage. That's quite annoying, I guess. But, you know, viewers are viewers. Hard onto the right-hander. Mika Hakimi trying to go for the outside lane. And here they see a tough battle for the second place as they try to have some different maneuverability between the corners. A lot of defensive moves from Mika Hakimi. A lot of experimenting from Jeff Jacobs. If you can see some outside footage from this battle, as they try to bunch up between each other and getting very close to each other again. Ammo Mackman trying his absolute best to keep that car under control. If we can see the chase cam on Mika Hakimi, that would be lovely instead of Jeff Jacobs, because he's going to go for the slipstream again. Chase cam, not onboard cam, as I mentioned. Outside footage, that's what I mean. Thank you very much.
Wish I could just press a button on this.
Still, here we go. On the other side of the hill right here, as they come bunching close to each other, you can see that Jeff Jacobs probably has a difficulty with the setup, because he's trying to go for the outside, probably going to go for the inside. Spit off flame from both the exhausts, but still close to each other. As you see, Mika Hakimi still stays ahead. How does a guy from that talent do it every single lap over and over again? 2 laps to go for this Grand Prix, and they still have miles of mental endurance to go. There was almost a move to go down the inside, but still manages to keep it together. Very hard onto the power as they both go into the right-hander, as they both use as much power as they can, using every little trick in the book. He's very close to him. Mixer Montefiore does another fastest lap, but he's in his slipstream, and did I just see a car go off there?
No, I don't think I did.
But back to the battling. We still have 1 lap to go between these 2 drivers. Mixer Montefiore was 6 seconds ahead of this Grand Prix. And we have a tough battle on our hands right now. He has done everything in his power to get the win from last race. But I think dreams do come true. After a horrendous start from the entire field and a huge battle between Mika Hakimi, he's probably going to come home and take the win of the second tier of the first Dutch Grand Prix Tier 2 race. The last few moments of the battle between Hakimi and Jeff Jacobs are on our hands. Jeff made a horrendous mistake, which gave Mika Hakimi a beautiful opportunity to stay ahead. I've no idea how this is going to end. Never know how this is going to end. But this battle has been giving us a lot of nerves. Back into the last corner, and if we can go back into the race leader, going for the final lap right now. There is still a battle on our hands, and it's almost grown to a second between them.
Jeff Jacobs is probably pulling back from the battle and thinking, I'd rather take the points than risking my entire career. Mixer Mortiferum has done an absolute charge. He's already improved 6 seconds ahead from his arch nemesis from previous race. Just listen to that roar. And this is why I love motorsport. You never know how a race is going to end. It could have been the race wet dream of Mika Hakimi of winning a back-to-back race. But that's the unpredictability. There's no other sport that's unpredictable like this. Chess. Into the right-hander of the last section of the racetrack. As we go on board with Mixer Mortiferum, if you can see some outside beautiful footage from this. I've never seen such power from this. Mixer Mortiferum wins the second race of the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. Mika Hakimi comes home in second place, and Jeff Jacobs is in third place. God, I can't wait for the interviews. This was a beautiful race. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at interviews. Mika Hakimi, how have you done it?
How have I done it? Well, I mean, qualifying was quite, it didn't go as planned, to be honest. I didn't know, I didn't expect to be 4 tenths behind pole position, but I got a really good start, and I managed to overtake Mixa down the inside into turn one, and that's basically where I won the race actually because I just stayed
That
behind.
was some absolute beautiful defending. I haven't seen defending like that in a
That's
long time.
That's actually in local leagues that I race in, I actually get compliments about my defending as well. So that's really been something that that's something that I've worked on for a long time, and yeah, it's good.
It's beautiful. Well, congratulations on your P1 in the first race and P2 on the second race. And I can notice you can just take immediate advantage of when the driver does a mistake. And you're just so consistent in the race. I congratulate you, and I wish you the best of luck in the rest of the season.
All right, thank you so much. It was the most nerve-wracking race of my life, having to defend, because I think Stein went off at lap 5 or 6, and then basically the next 8-9 laps, it was the most nerve-wracking laps of my entire life in sim racing, man. It was really testing my nerves because I think. I don't know if you noticed, but Mixa, he tried the same maneuver at turn 1 like 10 times.
Yes. Well,
it was scary. I needed to get my braking exactly right every single time. That was
I am going to interview Stein in a bit as well because he was. We did expect a lot more from him. Congratulations on that, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you.
Mixer Mortiferum. Well, congratulations on the second race win. And could you please tell us how did you do that? How did you put it together?
I was just trying to figure out whether that was sarcastic or.
No. That was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Great. What was the question?
Well, you dominated the second race, and the first race you were so on the edge every single time.
Yeah.
I've never seen such consistency in a driver like that.
Yeah, well, the first race I made a big mistake trying to keep on the outside of Stein, but he had that was his corner, so he pushed me off rightly, I guess. And then I lost the position to Mika. And then I was trying into turn 1 was the only place I really could get a run on him, but he was good at defending there. And the one time I did get a good run, the dirty air on the last corner kind of screwed me over.
Well, it was very lovely to see how you were the underdog in the first race, trying to get as close as possible to Mika, and then in the second race just dominate the entire race. Well, not the entire race, but at the second half of the race, you were just gone. At the end of the race, you were like 6 seconds a lap faster, 6 seconds ahead from the rest.
Yeah, I think I managed to beat Mika's qualifying time in that last one. It was kind of stupid because I made a lot of mistakes and almost pinned the car a few times because I was trying to do qualifying laps just for the fun of it, I guess.
Well, I am still very impressed of what you did. Congratulations on the win, and I'll hope to see you next time.
All right, see you later.
And here we have Jeff Rainbow, as it says on his Discord name, Jacobs. Mate, you were seriously the underdog in this race, were you?
Oh yeah. I had no pace this race. Just congrats to the Mexa and Mika because they were on point this race. In the first race I was just looking over. I couldn't do anything better. I was just hoping they would crash, but it didn't.
You were just pushing them into mistakes.
Maybe.
Because we were seeing some beautiful battling between you and was it Mika Hakimi in the second race?
Yeah, Mika.
Yes, it was. Well, I have to state first, it was absolutely beautiful, and you made a mistake along the fourth or fifth lap, where Mika just went for it.
Yeah. First, I made that mistake in the first hairpin, I think, and then I lost the car on the rear end, and luckily I catched it, but Mika was already ahead of me, and then I felt I was faster than Mika during the race, but then at the end I was making too many mistakes and I couldn't catch up anymore.
Well, we would like to know, did you have any problem with your setup, or was it difficult to set up the car or anything like that?
Well, no, I think it's more my driving style. This car is really understeering on throttle, and I have to make this car. I have to force it to my racing style, and I'm getting more and more used to it, but it's still harder.
Right. Well, congratulations on the podium position. You've done an absolute lovely job of keeping a car under control, which is so uncontrollably put together. And I hope to see you with a comeback in the next races.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Well, that was it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching the Dutch Grand Prix here at Ace Racing League DTM Championship. It was an absolute horrendous start from start. It was horrendously stupid and mind-boggling and amazing. I can't think of any words to say right now. Thank you for being with us, and I hope this championship will just fill you with lots of racing love and joy. Join us next time. I'm Sam and Halafi. Good night.